Hello and welcome to this Python tutorial. So we just completed the full text cleaning process for our first review of our dataset, that is the wow love place review. This review was originally wow three little dots love this place, and after the cleaning process this review became wow love place. So the three little dots were removed, all the capital letters were replaced by the same letters in lowercases, and stemming was applied, which means that loved became love. So that's what happened for the first review, and now we will do the same for all the different reviews, that is for all the 1000 reviews of our dataset. So let's do it. We will need, of course, a for loop for that, and we will rebuild a new list of our future 1000 cleaned reviews. So since we're building a new list, we will initialize a new list right here. And we're doing it here because after this initialization of this list, we will have our for loop. And therefore, of course, in the for loop, we don't want to include all these imports here because simply the libraries will be already imported. So let's initialize this new list of our future 1000 clean reviews. And we will call this list corpus because we're actually creating a corpus of 1000 clean reviews. And actually we're calling it corpus because in natural language processing, a corpus is a common word, and basically a corpus is a collection of text that can be anything, some reviews as what we're dealing with right now, or some longer text like articles, books, web scraps, HTML pages, well, any kind of text you want. And a corpus is a collection of texts of the same type. So corpus, and since it's going to be a list, we will initialize it as an empty list this way by putting some brackets. All right, so our corpus is initialized, and now time to create the loop. So for here, then the index going through all the different reviews of our dataset will be I, common index, and now we need to specify the range in which I is going to take the different values. So it's of course in range and in parentheses. So right now we just need to look at the indexes of our dataset. So it starts at 0 and it ends at 999. But remember, the upper bound of the range function is excluded. So the upper bound won't be 999, it will be 1000. So let's press OK. And let's input the arguments in this range function. So as just said, the lower bound is the 0 index, and the upper bound is the 1000 index. Here we go. So done, and now we need to add some colon here. All right, and now what we'll do is to include all this, which is all the cleaning process applied to one specific review, which so far is the first review indexed by 0. And now I'll give you a nice shortcut to align everything well. It's to select everything from here to here, which needs to be in the loop, because this is applied to one review, and we will apply it to all the different reviews browsed by the for I loop here. And so the trick to align this well is to press Alt plus Tab. And here you go. Now all this cleaning process is in the loop. So great. And now we only need to change one more thing. This is actually applied to the first review indexed by 0. And since we want to apply it to all the reviews, well, we need to change this 0 index here by, of course, the I index, which will take the values of all the indexes of the different reviews of our dataset. All right, so great. So now the cleaning process is applied to all the reviews. So right now, what do we have to do? Well, what happens is that I is going to take the values from 0 to 999. And for each value of I, we deal with a specific review of our dataset, the review indexed by I. We clean this review through all this cleaning process, and at the end of the cleaning process, our review becomes a string, which is the very simplified version of the original review, and that is exactly what we need to append to our corpus here. So at the end of the for loop here, what we have to do is to append our cleaned review to our corpus. And to do this, we first need to take the corpus, then add a dot here, then use the append function, which is the first function here. So I just need to press enter. and then we add some parentheses here to specify what we need to append, and that's of course this cleaned review here coming out from this cleaning process. And so we're appending this review to our corpus, which will contain all the 1000 cleaned reviews. So actually that's done, the for loop is done, and we are ready to clean all the reviews and put them in this corpus here. So let's do it. Well, just for fun, let's do it in one shot. So right now what I will do is restart the kernel. So restart kernel here. Are you sure you want to restart the kernel? Yes. So now everything is brand new, no variable created, as you can see in Variable Explorer. So just for fun, I will select everything from here to the top. So, we'll do everything again, importing the libraries, the dataset, and applying this text cleaning process to all the reviews to create our new corpus of cleaned reviews. So let's do it. Let's press Command or Control plus Enter to execute the whole code. And here we go. So as you can see, we have our original dataset containing the 1000 original reviews, and we also have our new corpus containing the 1000 cleaned reviews. So we can compare them. So of course the first original review was "Well loved this place" and it became "Well loved place." The second original review was "Crust is not good," and the cleaned version of this review is "Crust good." So as you can see, the stop words "is" and "not" were removed. So good. Then the third review is "Not tasty" and the texture was just nasty, and it became "Tasty." Funny result of stemming here, and texture nasty. Okay. Fourth review, "Stopped by during the late May bank holiday off, Reek Steve recommendation and loved it." And the cleaned version of this review is "Stop late May bank holiday, Reek Steve recommend love." Alright, so few stop words removed, and you will see in the next tutorials how we can even more simplify this review, because we will actually keep only the words that appear a minimum number of times. And of course this Reek Steve here will not appear many times, and besides it's irrelevant, but it was not removed because of course it's not a stop word, but we'll remove it by filtering all the words that appear rarely. And we'll do that while creating the bag of words model. So that's exactly what we'll do in the next tutorial, and until then, enjoy machine learning!